Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the Mindset Check podcast. You know, this is our normal mini episode, and I wanted to include something a little bit different in this episode, and there's a reason why. So, one of our listeners, her name is Macy, she messaged me on Facebook and she left me a question. Well, that question had a lot to do with the episode that we did last week, and it also had to do with the story that I had picked for this week. And so I wanted to expand a little bit and maybe talk to her, and by way, talking to all of you about her question. And so let's start off with what she asked. First of all, thank you so much, Macy, for the compliments, and you are more than welcome, and I love hearing from you. She then starts to say, I just had a thought and a question that I would love to get your opinion on if you have time. I have always struggled at making sure that I'm completely in the moment and present because I often feel like the future is something to worry about. But I've been working on becoming more present. While thinking about how to become more present in my everyday life and moments that I want to remember, this question keeps coming up for me. What is a healthy balance of thinking and preparing for the future while also staying present in the current moment? I would love to know your opinion on this. Macy, hip hooray. I'm so glad that your brain is ticking and that a lot of the things that we're talking about are sinking in and making a difference in your thoughts and what you're pondering. And a side note, if any of you have these questions, submit them to me. I would love to do the same thing that we're doing for Macy. And maybe this is a question that also comes up for you. So what I want to do is I kind of want to add on to last week's conversation. And I also, of course, want to read you a story that has nothing to do with your life, but in an abstract way, of course, helps you look at your own life. So let's start with this story. It's called One Who Read the Future. A man who lived long ago believed that he could read the future in the stars. He called himself an astrologer and spent his time at night gazing at the sky. He was always busy worrying about the future, and villagers often came to him, hoping to know what their future holds. One evening, he was walking along the open road outside the village. His eyes were fixed on the stars. He thought he saw there that the end of the world was near. He was lost in his thoughts about the future. As he was looking at the stars, he kept walking without looking down. Suddenly, he fell into a ditch full of mud and water. He was sinking in the muddy water and madly trying to claw at the slippery slides of the hole in his effort to climb out. He was unable to crawl out, and fearing for his life, he started screaming for help. His cries for help soon brought the villagers running. As they pulled him out of the mud, one of them said, "You pretend to read the future in the stars, and yet you fail to see what is at your feet. This may teach you to pay more attention to what is right in front of you and let the future take care of itself." "What use is it," said another, "to read the stars when you can't see what's right on the earth?" That is such a beautiful representation of how sometimes we get so caught up in thinking about the future that we forget about the present. And I know that I ask you a lot to drop into creating your future. When I'm asking you to drop into creating the future, what I'm really asking you to do is to drop into the present moment and listen, because you will be able to hear that voice. You will be able to receive what's next for you, what's next for you, what's next for you. And if you can't hear it, keep doing what you think you should be doing and keep listening and keep doing what you feel like is the next right step forward. And it will come. When it's needed, it will come. That's part of the trust that we have to have. When we talk about this in my course, we have an entire week that's actually devoted to purpose and the present moment, because there is so much drive when we know what our purpose is, when we know what our future, like what we're living for, right? The opposite of depression is really purpose. And a lot of times people get caught up in thinking that their purpose is something that's going to happen in the future. Like it's really, really huge and they're going to build this great, huge empire or life or, this has to happen so that this can happen and this can happen and this can happen. And they just get caught there. But the truest secret is when you drop into right now and you do what the purpose is for today, you are led to exactly the future, your purpose in the future, right? And yes, there is an element of truly paying attention, like dropping in and allowing your purpose to unfold to you, to be able to hear the voice that's leading you. But I'll tell you, even on my own journey, it continually like unfolds. There's something new to do. There's something new. Like next up is this. Next up is like, I wasn't even podcasting. I was doing YouTube, public speaking, things like that. And then it was like, I heard that voice. Hey, next is podcasting. And oh, hey, next, I want you to teach courses. And hey, next is a meditation app. I mean, come on. This is so fun. This is so fun. But the thing is you don't get to a point where you've developed the things until you just listen for what's right for today. For today. And so know that if you're spending a lot of time worrying about the future, you're not in the present at all. At all. So there's no worrying. Sometimes the present moment allows you and brings you visions of the future, and it brings you things and premonitions like we talked about last week, or it brings you, whatever's next. And it's great to dream and to take out that blank sheet of paper and to write things the way that you want them to be. But it is in conjunction completely with having a balance of being completely okay to just live today. Today's turn into tomorrows. They turn into all of your weeks, your years, and therefore your life. So Macy, just pay attention today. Drop into the present moment. And by dropping into the present moment, I mean stop. Listen. See if you can hear a sound. Feel the temperature on your body. Where are you? What's going on? Are you in a car? Is the air conditioner blowing on your face? Are you outside? Is there wind? What is it that you can zero in on and just pay attention to for a moment? Feeling your feet in your shoes or on the ground or wherever they are underneath you. That is the present moment. Taking the time to listen. It is a practiced skill. That's part of the reason why I also teach you heavily about heart coherence and offer meditations for you so that you can find this space. Because it's glorious and gorgeous and juicy and yummy, and it brings to you moment by moment what you almost don't even see you're building in the moment. It's beautiful. And I just also really want to say that no matter what your purpose is, right? Your quote purpose. If it's not doing something that you think is super grand, that's actually really important. Whatever it is that you're being led to is for you. And you will see in the future how every single piece of your life shares a common thread that unveils your purpose. Macy, I hope that this answers your question. I hope. Trust me, I teach a 2-hour course on just this topic, but I love it. And I hope I gave you a little glimpse of a way that you can let your heart rest and be completely confident that every single thing is working out if you just listen for your purpose today. And hey, Macy, I wanted to also just say one more piece that I just could not leave out. Because there is an element of us creating what we want for our future. But remember that in the creating, it is not worrying. And so in the creating, we're still dropping into the present moment. We're paying attention to what we want to bring forward in our life. We're practicing feeling feelings of what that feels like so we can teach our body and teach our subconscious mind, really kind of trick it and bring that forward. So there's an element of this creating life that's happening as we have this balance as well. Okay, but mind you, there's no worry. When we worry, we step into the resistance. When we worry, we actually block the things that we want to create from coming to us. Okay, I had to just include that little tidbit. And I hope all of you have something that you can take away from Macy's question. It's literally amazing. Macy, thank you so much for writing in. And wow, I saw your Facebook page that you live in Vanuatu. And I think that is so rad. If you don't know where Vanuatu is, maybe look it up and see where Macy is writing to us from. I really do want to be here for you like this, in this way. And so if you want to connect, if you want to write in, if you want to share, if you, whatever it is, honestly, like I love hearing from you. And I especially love helping you unravel the ball. Okay. So feel free to write in, send your questions, comments, or any of your wins or whatever. We love celebrating you, and feel free, absolutely free to reach out. You can DM me on Instagram or Facebook at my friend Mesha, Mesha, and you can also email me at hello@myfriendmesha.com. A reminder that you truly have more power than you think you do, and it's already inside of you. It's already inside of you. All we have to do is wake you up to it. Until next time, my friend.